The Red Sea is a vital artery of the global economy, a narrow but crucial waterway that connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean. For centuries, it has served as a bridge between continents, cultures, and commerce, shaping the destinies of nations along its shores. Today, it channels a huge share of world trade between Europe and Asia, with thousands of ships carrying everything from electronics to grain, oil, and manufactured goods. Every day, container ships and oil tankers pass through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a narrow choke point at the southern tip of the Red Sea, threading their way up this busy maritime corridor. Their destination, the Suez Canal, a man-made marvel that links the Red Sea to the Mediterranean. Any disruption here, whether from conflict, piracy, or political instability, sends shockwaves through global supply chains, causing delays and driving up costs worldwide. Eritrea, with over 1,150 kilometers of rugged coastline, and the scattered islands of the Dahlak archipelago, controls a strategic stretch of the western Red Sea. Its location places it at the crossroads of one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Its deepwater ports, Massawa and Assab, are natural gateways for maritime trade, and have long been coveted for their access to international waters. Assab, in particular, sits just north of the Bab el-Mandeb choke point, making it a critical outpost for monitoring and influencing traffic through this narrow passage. This proximity gives Eritrea a front-row seat in the region's power dynamics, as rival nations and global powers vie for influence over these waters. Eritrea's geography is its greatest asset, granting it leverage over the flow of maritime traffic and the ability to shape events far beyond its borders. As a result, world powers cannot afford to ignore Eritrea's role. International naval fleets patrol these waters, and diplomatic attention is never far away. The Eritrean government uses this strategic position to attract international partners, negotiate deals, and attempt to overcome its diplomatic isolation on the world stage. By acting as a vigilant gatekeeper to this essential maritime route, Eritrea ensures that its decisions and actions ripple outward, influencing trade, security, and diplomacy across continents. The nation's ability to secure, or disrupt, these waters affects everything from global energy prices and shipping insurance rates, to the timely delivery of goods worldwide, making Eritrea's Red Sea coast a strategic prize, with consequences that reach every corner of the globe. Eritrea's modern ports and naval infrastructure are a legacy of its colonial past under Italy. From 1890 to 1941, Italy transformed Massawa and Assab from small towns into major logistical hubs, building breakwaters, harbors and railways to serve its imperial ambitions. Massawa became the colonial capital, while Assab was developed to monitor the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This infrastructure, built for control, later became the foundation of Eritrea's sovereignty. The defeat of Italy at Adwa in 1896 by Ethiopia shaped the region's history, fueling both resistance and ambition. After World War II, Eritrea passed through British administration and federation with Ethiopia, leading to a long war for independence. Today, the colonial-era ports are central to Eritrea's geopolitical posture, their legacy visible in both architecture and strategy. Since independence, Eritrea has used its geography to become a regional gatekeeper, focusing on maritime control rather than building a global navy. Its navy and coastal patrols based in Massawa and Assab deter threats like piracy and smuggling, making Eritrea relevant to any nation invested in Red Sea stability. Eritrea's strategy mixes cooperation, offering port access to powerful partners, with calculated instability, supporting proxies to keep neighbors off balance. Despite aging equipment and a manpower crisis from indefinite conscription, Eritrea's military remains disciplined and fiercely protective of sovereignty. The regime's goal: break diplomatic isolation and secure investment by making itself indispensable to regional security. Massawa and Assab are its main bargaining chips, offering or denying access to shape alliances. This approach lets Eritrea punch above its weight in a volatile neighborhood. 80 years after colonial rule, Italy is back in Eritrea, driven by modern interests, not nostalgia. In 2025, Italy and Eritrea signed a comprehensive plan of action, focusing on port modernization, infrastructure, energy, and maritime security. Italy seeks new markets and resources while gaining a naval foothold in the Red Sea to protect shipping and expand its global reach. The partnership also aims to address migration by investing in Eritrea's economy, hoping to reduce the exodus of young people. Italy's Mahdi plan for Africa frames this as mutual development, not aid, positioning Rome as a constructive partner. For Italy, this is a calculated move to regain influence and counter rivals like China and Turkey. The renewed focus on Eritrea is about securing national interests in a critical geopolitical arena. Massawa and Assab are the twin anchors of Eritrea's strategy, serving as the country's most vital maritime gateways to the world. These ports are not just economic lifelines, but also symbols of national pride and resilience, shaping Eritrea's identity on the Red Sea. They have become the centerpiece of Italy's renewed interest in the region, as Rome seeks to re-establish its influence and secure access to key maritime routes. Massawa, the main naval base and commercial port, is a hub for security operations, hosting both Eritrean naval forces and commercial shipping traffic. Its strategic location makes it a focal point for regional security initiatives and international partnerships. The port is undergoing significant modernization, with new infrastructure projects aiming to boost capacity and efficiency, attracting foreign investment and technological upgrades. Assab, just 60 kilometers from the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, is even more critical. Its proximity to this vital maritime choke point gives Eritrea leverage over one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Control here means influence over a choke point of global trade, where billions of dollars in goods pass each year, making Assab a prize for any regional or global power. The UAE once used Assab for military operations in Yemen, highlighting its strategic value and the port's ability to attract foreign military interest. Ethiopia, desperate for port access, after losing its own coastline, sees Assab as essential for its economic survival and regional ambitions, fueling tension with Eritrea, which refuses to cede control or compromise on its sovereignty, leading to a fragile peace and ongoing disputes. The fate of Assab is a regional flashpoint, with the potential to ignite broader conflict, or alternatively, foster cooperation if managed wisely. Any conflict here threatens the fragile stability of the Horn of Africa, drawing in neighbors and global powers alike. For Italy and others, developing these ports means gaining a strategic foothold, enhanced surveillance, and a say in the future of Red Sea security. Eritrea, in turn, gains much-needed investment, international recognition, and a powerful ally to balance regional rivals. The future of these ports will shape Red Sea stability, determining whether the region becomes a crossroads of commerce and cooperation, or a battleground for influence with Massawa and Assab at the heart of the struggle for control. The Red Sea is a crowded geopolitical arena, where Eritrea and Italy must navigate a complex web of rivalries, historical grievances, and ever-shifting alliances. This region, long a crossroads of trade and power, is now more contested than ever, with old animosities resurfacing and new partnerships emerging almost overnight. Ethiopia's relentless quest for direct sea access has put it on a collision course with Eritrea, reigniting old hostilities and raising the specter of renewed conflict. The border, once a flashpoint for war, remains tense as both nations maneuver for strategic advantage. Meanwhile, Gulf states like the UAE and Saudi Arabia have poured billions into Red Sea ports, seeking to control vital shipping lanes. But shifting allegiances, such as the UAE's recent pivot to Ethiopia and Somaliland, have left Eritrea searching for new partners and economic opportunities, further complicating the regional balance. Sudan's ongoing civil war and Ethiopia's controversial deal with Somaliland add even more uncertainty, raising tensions with Somalia and threatening to destabilize the entire Horn of Africa. Each new agreement or conflict sends ripples across the region, making stability elusive. Global powers are also deeply involved. China's military base in Djibouti, Turkey's growing influence in Somalia, Russia's naval ambitions in Sudan, and the U.S. presence at Camp Lemonnier all underscore the Red Sea's strategic importance on the world stage. Italy's partnership with Eritrea is more than a diplomatic gesture, it's a calculated move to secure a European foothold in a region where influence is hotly contested and alliances can shift rapidly. the future of the region will be shaped by how these alliances evolve as countries weigh their interests and adapt to new realities. Every decision made here has the potential to reshape the balance of power. Eritrea's choices now have global consequences, influencing not just its own destiny, but the fate of the entire Red Sea region and beyond. The Red Sea's strategic drama unfolds amid severe internal and external pressures. Eritrea's indefinite conscription has triggered a mass youth exodus and humanitarian crisis, while the regime tightens its grip. Ethiopia, fractured by insurgencies and economic woes, remains unstable despite the Pretoria Agreement. Proxy conflicts and shifting ethnic loyalties, especially in border regions, heighten the risk of escalation. Any clash over Assab could draw in multiple actors, disrupt global shipping and send costs soaring. Diplomatic bodies like the African Union and IGAD have limited influence, while external powers complicate mediation. Italy's involvement adds another layer to an already crowded field. The danger local disputes could spiral into regional or even global crises. The stakes for stability and trade are immense. The Eritrea-Italy partnership is a calculated alliance, each side advancing its own ambitions. For Eritrea, it's a diplomatic breakthrough, gaining legitimacy, investment, and a counterweight to rivals. Italian support boosts Eritrea's maritime security and strengthens its gatekeeper role in the Red Sea. For President Afwerki, it's a chance to modernize and secure his regime's future without sacrificing independence. For Italy, the alliance offers strategic access to the Red Sea, enhancing naval reach and protecting commercial interests. It's part of the Mattei plan, building partnerships in Africa to foster development and manage migration. Italy reclaims influence, leveraging history for modern advantage. This partnership turns a colonial legacy into a strategic asset for both nations. Eritrea's partnership with Italy is opening a new uncertain chapter for the Red Sea. Eritrea, once isolated, now shapes the region's security and economic dynamics, holding cards that larger nations need. Italy's proactive strategy signals Europe's determination to remain a player in this vital corridor. Yet, unresolved tensions, especially between Eritrea and Ethiopia over sea access, pose the greatest threat to peace. Multiple external powers with competing interests make the region volatile and unpredictable. The Red Sea's stability is fragile, balanced on rival ambitions and shifting alliances. The challenge: can new partnerships foster real cooperation, or will they deepen existing rivalries? The stakes are global. Trade, security, and the future of the Horn of Africa hang in the balance.